Okay. Sure. Got it. Okay, now I gotta click this goddamn link again. Where is it? Join on web. Yes, okay. Oh, why is this so confusing? Okay. Why isn't this working? Okay, let me try it in the app. That link might work to connect us. Yeah, I got you. Trying it. It's just not working. Dude, this... Oh, man. Okay, so I click that. Open Skype. Yes, fine. What, am I going to have to log in again? Okay, accept. Yes. Okay, I think we got it. Okay, I think we got it. Okay, yo. I think we got it. Okay, I can answer it. Which one is the answer? Okay, duh. Hello.
Oh my god, finally. Skype is such a mess, man.
Yeah, hey, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm kind of tripping out right now, man, because like I've just been like a person who watches YouTube videos for years, and now I'm talking to a guy whose videos I've watched. So it's kind of a weird phenomenon that's occurring with me right now. But I'm doing okay, man. I'm getting some traction for this thing that I got going on, and I just, I guess you have some insight that I'd like to hear, and we can have a discussion about it, man.
Well, the first things first is like we're on the same team.
I feel you.
Like,
I feel you.
We don't want these sickos on this site. I mean, I've fought on Drumler to expose many of these pedophiles in the Minecraft community, and now some of them are popping up in the Fortnite community. Pretty much anywhere where there's kids, there's these fucking pedos, right?
Yeah.
So it's a huge problem. Mm-hmm. And when I saw your video after it only had like I think 30,000 views. They were spamming it to me on Twitter. And also my news team, pulled it up and threw it into the Drumler news feed, and we were looking at it and we were like, oh my God, this is disgusting. So immediately I sent your video to the head of YouTube Gaming.
Thank you.
Wiz.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, let's get this taken care of. But then I saw you go on to say, there's ads attached to this, and we need to get in contact with as many news people as possible. We need to take YouTube down, and we need to get in contact with these companies that have their ads next to these videos. And I'm like, whoa! You're gonna have YouTubers that have nothing to do with any of this. Their livelihood's gonna be affected by this. Like, this could cause another adpocalypse, and will be bad for everybody.
And I feel you, man. And I literally, at the end of my video, I don't know if you watched the video all the way through, I point that out. Like, I don't want this to hurt YouTubers. Man, I love YouTube and I love content creators. And as a person, like, I've been peripherally frustrated with how YouTube is treating their YouTubers when people curse more than 3 times, when people talk about anything that's borderline. And I understand that the implications of what I'm doing, and I guess for me, I just sort of feel like YouTube, when I watch someone like Casey Neistat, and he sits there and he says that even YouTube, he has a hard time communicating with YouTube. I mean, this guy is one of the biggest YouTubers. If they don't communicate with him properly, then how? What YouTube needs to do something different. They need to be doing
100%. YouTube has a giant communication.
I just want to reiterate, I don't want to hurt regular YouTubers, my guy. That's not where I'm coming from, and I'm gonna maybe assume that you didn't watch my video all the way through. It is a long video, but at the end I make a point to I got a clip of Susan, whatever her last name is, the CEO of YouTube, and it was an interview that she gave where she was talking about how, she, as being the CEO of YouTube, she needs to have the right priorities and hire the right kind of experts to do the right kind of thing. And
Right.
and for me, like, what I'm seeing is that basically they're screwing. Like, YouTube was created by everybody that uploads videos to this platform, not by the advertisers, not by Jimmy Kimmel Show. And by if someone like Casey Neistat, if someone like H3H3 can't get proper communication from YouTube about what they're doing, and yet this shit is happening in the background, it's almost like, what the fuck are you doing, YouTube? Like, where is your, like, are you serious? And like, the thing that I point out in my video is that they have algorithms that can detect when these videos are being timestamped by pedophiles, and they have the comments turned off. So that means that they have the technology to detect that kind of a video, but yet adverts were still appearing on these videos. Like, that is completely unacceptable. This isn't just ElsaGate anymore. ElsaGate is like a joke compared to this. ElsaGate was Spider-Man, grabbing boobs and things like that. This is literal child exploitation. So I just want to make it clear that, like, I don't want this to be bad but I know it's going to be bad for YouTubers, and I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about that. I feel like it's almost like a necessary evil, because I feel like if you're a YouTuber, I know it's your full-time income, but I mean, you, like, as an adult, you do have a capability, if you have to do to find other means to live.
Right.
These are kids that have they don't.
No, I mean, listen. I've seen everyone say, all Keemstar cares about is money. All he cares about is money. I'm not trying to flex, but like, I'm fucking set for life. If YouTube shuts down tomorrow, I'm still rich as fuck. I'm not trying to, like, it's not about money. It's about something that I absolutely love and care about, and that's YouTube in general, and the community and the friends.
Yeah.
And these small YouTubers that are making like $3,000 a month, barely getting by, when the adpocalypse hit, they couldn't pay their rent. I literally had to take ads off my videos for, I think, like 3 weeks, because during the adpocalypse, there wasn't enough ads to go around. So the little guys weren't able to pay their rent. And I was trying to get the bigger guys to take their ads off their videos and just upload content with no ads. And of course, these greedy motherfuckers want it. But, look, it's more about me, and it's more about, the money thing. And it's more about, like, during the adpocalypse, I guarantee there was somebody out there that gave up, quit YouTube, that would have been a massive star today.
I feel you. Yeah. I feel you. And like, I get it. I hear where you're coming from. For me, it's so hard. Like, how do I get my message across to YouTube? I mean, I saw, like, I would just say, like, watch the last.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, please, please, yes.
Your message has already gotten to YouTube.
Okay, cool.
The video had 30,000 views, and we sent it to YouTube. YouTube already acknowledged to me that they're on it.
Okay.
The first thing YouTube did, I believe, is they ran a scan across all of YouTube with anything that said CP, obviously standing for child porn, right?
Okay.
And that's why we saw some big channels that had Pokemon. There were Pokemon CP,
right,
which was Combat Power is what it stands for. They all went down.
That's ridiculous.
YouTube just deleted anything with CP.
That's ridiculous,
Club Penguin channels, right? Because Club Penguin, and it would be CP for short, they all went down too. Now, YouTube went in and brought those channels back because it was a mistake.
Yeah,
but
right.
How many actual child porn videos did they wipe off just in the last 24 hours? I would say a lot.
I would hope so, man. And I've been so busy doing this. I haven't been following the whole Pokemon thing. I just, I guess I want people to, like, look at YouTube and go, are you fucking kidding me? Like, we already know that you're screwing over content creators, and yet this shit is going on in the background. So I guess the point that you're making, let me try and understand your position. Your position is that basically My video has done its job. Like, you've heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like that's what you're saying.
Have you went back and looked at some of the videos that you originally looked at, and was there a change? Did some of the content go down? Did some of the comment sections get disabled?
Yes. There is still a lot. Actually, unfortunately, on this stream, because we've been doing it live, there's still advertising. People have been the people that are on my stream have been pointing out that there is still advertising appearing on these videos. So it's obvious that YouTube is now doing something, number one, and it's obvious, and one of the things that I'm very excited to point out is that they have the capacity to do something, and that they have the authority, I guess, based on their own guidelines and minimum age requirements, which is all stuff that I point out in my video.
Right.
So I see that they are doing something. So I'm very excited about that. So I think, if I understand your perspective, is that my video has done its job, and you're concerned about how this is going to affect YouTubers, because there is going to be an ad apocalypse 2.0.
Yeah, because I see people spamming advertisers, right? But
yeah, right.
I don't think that's fair, right? Because if YouTube is actively, if we report something to YouTube and they don't fix it, dude, YouTube's to blame. But if we report it to YouTube and they are fixing it and they are taking this stuff down, then I feel like we can't be hating on YouTube that much. And also, with the ads on the videos. The videos are of little girls. They're not actual child porn, right? So there's no problem with an ad being there. What's the problem
dude,
is...
Look, man, when you see these videos and you see the time stamping that they're doing, like, this isn't just like they're time stamping where the little girl is smiling cutely. They're time stamping where... Oh, yeah. And dude, let me just say, bro... the video that I made is some of the softer stuff that I found. Dude, I've found actual videos with thumbnails with little girls with their tops off. I'm not lying to you. This is stuff that I sent to the news in secret under a different identity, because I don't know whether having that kind of material recorded...
Well, there was the one clip that you shown, right?
No. Let me say, this was a completely separate video that I sent to the news. The stuff that I put in my video was some of the softer stuff. There was a video of a little boy. He made a video where he thought it might be a good idea to do to do an ab workout, and what he had was a pair of underwear on, but I guess he didn't have his button done up. Dude, his genitals are on the video. I mean, at that point, yeah, dude. So that's what I'm talking about here. That's the kind, and they're time stamping it.
If I could talk just for a second,
please. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I saw a video of your that you were looking at, right?
Yeah.
And it was a little girl, and she was in some compromising positions, and the account was like Tommy Man or something.
Okay.
In that case, that dude's a pedo that owns that account. I mean, you could just look at that. That's not the little girl's account.
Yeah.
But in some of these cases, it's the little girl's account, and little girls have to be allowed to be little girls. But their comment sections need to be disabled. Mm-hmm. And on those videos, why can't there be ads there? Why can't that family or whatever make money? I mean, that's just, to me, it makes sense that they should be able to.
That's, I guess, where you and I will have to agree to disagree. Again, it's just a difference of opinion. And I just want to reiterate, I think I understand, frankly, man, like that part, because even with the videos with the comments turned off, you have to understand, I've seen so much footage, and even my people on my stream here are seeing so much footage where the comments are turned off, but the videos are, you'll see videos where little girls, their tops are loose and they bend over the camera and you can see their bare chest. And we're talking like a prepubescent chest here. But let me just say,
be taken down.
I have an entirely different set that I sent to news outlets that have not yet responded to me, because I can only assume that it's been a holiday today, where videos like that, there was one that had Dodge Ram, and it was on a video where the little girl is bending forward. She has her little sister, a little 3-year-old, in the video as well, and she bends forward and you can see her top, and the comments were disabled. But the thing is, I mean, the video is not, it's very clear to me that in the video, this is not a video that like a family, this is a video that obviously the little girl has a cell phone. It's not being held by anybody. I mean, obviously I can't like concretely say, but I'm pretty sure, you know, you could look at it and go, yeah, it's obvious that this was a kid using Periscope or using one of these live streaming platforms. They uploaded something and some creep found a part of it that has something that they're getting off to, and they're re-uploading it. But even if it is original channel that has the comments disabled, once the comments are disabled and YouTube's algorithm is working, there absolutely should not be advertising on that. And all I will say there is that we will let the advertisers speak for themselves whether or not they want their adverts on that kind of thing. And I'm sorry that hurts YouTubers, but I would say that it's a necessary evil, because children that can't do anything about it, versus, you know, if a YouTuber means that he can't express his talent fully because Patreon doesn't do it for him and he's not making it from the ads on YouTube, that is such a shitty situation. But I'm sorry, it's a necessary evil because the children take precedence. So, you know, that's where I'm coming from.
At the end of the day, you know, are we going to come out and, I mean, every video is different, right? Every video cannot be judged the same. You know, you can't put them all in a group. Like, every video is different. But I don't think it's fair to tell little girls, oh, you're not allowed to have content on YouTube because you're a little girl, you know, when a little boy can. I mean, that just doesn't make sense. You know, obviously there needs to be guidelines on what these kids can wear. You know, if any skin or something is being shown, obviously that needs to be taken down.
I would say it's just that YouTube, because they already do have their guidelines for minimum age requirements, and that if a child is posting content to YouTube, that they have to have.
The problem with that, I know, I've seen that.
It's like, how do they enforce it?
To be on YouTube, you have to be 13 to be on YouTube. That's not true, because if a parent owns the account, then
well, no, that's what I was gonna
be on YouTube.
Yeah, sorry, I was gonna fit that was what I was gonna say when I was saying that, is that the parent has to give their approval, right? Like, that's what you're saying. Yeah, and I think that maybe YouTube has to find a way to enforce that a little bit better. I don't know how, but
you know what I think they should do? I think anybody, if the video is primarily a person under the age of 13, I don't believe there should be a comment section. All comments should be disabled, because no child should have to deal with any comments, whether it be from pedos or whether it be just from assholes trolling. Like, no little kid is prepared for the things said in a YouTube comment section, period.
And maybe that even needs to extend to, like, really stringent rules for I mean, YouTube is already applying stringent rules to regular YouTubers' videos, where they're saying, look, you can't swear more than this. You can't show overly sexual content. You can't, you know, they've got very strict guidelines that are actually very difficult to, like, they're not as clear as they should be. So then perhaps they also need to work to make as stringent or more stringent guidelines for minors. I mean, we are already seeing when we upload videos, I haven't been on YouTube for 8 months, I noticed that there's a little section now talking about, like, if you have a video with minors in it, that there's some kind of labor law stipulation where they're basically saying if you have kids in your video and I don't know what that means. I haven't looked at that, but I feel like they just need to have stronger, they have to enforce their minimum age standards more. Like, I think another thing too is they just need to be more upfront with YouTubers about, like, what is going on, what can we say and what can't we say, like, what kind of content. Like, there's a video from this girl, Jacqueline Glenn, where she talks about how she made a video about panic attacks. There's this guy, Repzion, who used to be a YouTuber, who had to basically go get his ticket as an electrician, I think, because YouTube wasn't doing it for him anymore.
Oh, that guy's a weirdo. He, like, sold his underwear and shit for money. Like, that guy's a fucking weirdo.
Well, who cares, man?
That's a whole... You know what that Repzion dude said once? About me and him were getting
well, dude, let's not get into stuff like that.
No, it's right up your alley. Let me finish. He said that my young child, and she was only, I think, like 7 at the time, is going to grow up to be a prostitute. Well, he's since apologized for that and those comments, but he's just to blame as any of these other sickos saying, you know, inappropriate shit about kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but I mean, that's besides the point. I mean, you know, the point that I'm making is just the fact that there are YouTubers that, I mean, okay, fine. Casey Neistat, he was talking about a vlog of his that was demonetized. A guy who does, like, drawings, you know, like he does, like, those animation drawings, he was demonetized. I have a friend who used to make YouTube videos. He literally, he made videos relating to Jordan Peterson, and this dude how he got demonetized, like, he never swore in his videos. This is the nicest, most calculated, like, in how, not calculated in a dark way, but like, we filmed a video. I went to visit him in Chilliwack, and literally he wanted to refilm an entire 15-minute conversation we had because he swore once and he didn't want to come across the wrong way. The fact that he was demonetized and that YouTube didn't give him a clear reason, and then they're letting people get away with what I reported in my video. I feel like YouTube is just spitting in the face of its content creators, who are the people who made this platform what it is. Like, I just want people to, I'm sorry that YouTubers are going to get hurt by this. I don't want this to happen, but I want YouTube to start having some, I don't know, culpability, or just like start telling people what their policies are. And if they're going to have stringent policies for YouTubers about how often they can swear, how sexual their content can be, then put the same amount of stipulation and priority into ensuring that you are enforcing your minimum age guidelines when it comes to minors uploading content and when it comes to advertising appearing on that content. Improve your algorithm. That's all I'm saying, my friend.
I think the biggest problem that has yet to be recognized from you guys over here is that how big this is. How many children are actually uploading content? Like, every kid in the world is trying to be a YouTuber.
I understand that, yeah.
The amount of content being uploaded to YouTube from little kids is enormous. And the amount of pedos out there, the amount of sickos out there. I mean, you saw some of those videos, right, of little girls in compromising places or situations, right? Those videos had like millions of views, right? Like, this problem is big. So YouTube goes in, they ban them, right?
Yes.
They get rid of some of these accounts, and they just make a new account. So
I know
this is something that's really challenging to fight against.
And I get that, I understand that. I understand that. I can't possibly understand what YouTube has to go through. I just want something to be done. I just want it to maybe even
we all want something.
Yeah, and maybe
I'm in a group of YouTubers now that were all really kind of upset at the angle of let's tell the advertisers that their advertisements are being played next to a little girl, because it's like, if someone's uploading child porn, straight up child porn to the website, and there's advertisements on it, fair game. I say go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's a kid who innocently uploads a video and doesn't know that they're doing anything wrong, and there's an ad next to it, and then you got pedos in the comments, I don't think that's YouTube's fault when it comes to ads being there. I think YouTube has to delete that comment section and ban all the pedos in the comment section 100%. But I don't think there's a problem with those ads being there.
So then, I understand what you're saying. So then the problem is that at that point, and what you see in my video is that now that video is locked into a part of the recommended feed where pedophiles are hanging out. So even if the comments are turned off, basically once you're there, once you're in that section, all you're finding and all that's available to you is more content that is basically little girls. And even if you can't, so like as an example, there were adverts that I found on videos that had the comments turned off. But the thing that is still very borderline is the fact that that video is located in a portion of, I don't know how the algorithm works, but it is located in an area where there is nothing but the same kind of videos, and the next video recommended, the following videos, and are videos that haven't had the timestamps turned off. So we know, like, literally no one is finding these videos unless there are guys who are watching this kind of stuff. And
that's actually not true. So I have an interesting perspective, because I have a daughter who's 9 years old, right? So she'll watch little girls on YouTube, and then she gets sent those videos. Just the same loophole that you got sent into, my daughter will get sent into the same loophole.
Fair.
You know, now we monitor what she's watching all the time.
Fair.
But little kids are also sent in that same loophole with those pedos to watch that content, you know?
Which is also dangerous, because then those kids, when they see the views on those videos, now that's more of a macro scale, the problem with social media in general, but then a child whose parents might not be as vigilant as you are, which I'm glad that you are, I'm glad to hear that, that child might think, well, wow, this little girl was dancing for, and it's 1 million, like, let's keep it real. How many videos that are shot on a crappy ass camera, with a little girl jumping on a trampoline, and as she's jumping, her dress is lifting up, and you're seeing her underwear. Like, how many kids are just like watching that video because they think it's cool? It's a boring as fuck video with nothing. Anybody would just be watching that video.
You would be surprised. You would be surprised. That's what kids like to watch, is just other kids playing games, other kids jumping on trampolines, other kids playing with slime. You would be surprised what kids are into watching on YouTube.
Okay, fair. Oh, wow, I've got like a...
I mean, this stuff is so boring to me, and I'm like constantly like, Mia, why are you watching this? This is boring. So, I like it. You know, like you'd be really surprised what kids are into watching.
Okay. For whatever reason, now I'm getting a wicked ass feedback. Oh, it just went away. I had a feedback loop. So I understand where you're coming from, and
it's really hard. It's really hard because there's two completely different ways of looking at this content. One is innocent and one is just straight up fucking evil. Okay. And those people leaving those comments with the timestamps and shit, they need to be banned, but they can just make another account, and that's what YouTube is. You know, that's going to be the challenge. Like, I know YouTube has gone through and they started IP banning these people, but they just changed their IP.
They just get on a VPN, and I understand, and people have pointed that out to me. And so at this point, people say to me, well, what is your end goal here? At this point in time, my end goal is, right now, because I thought about it today, is I just want the news to talk about this, and I want it to be talked about on YouTube as a platform so that more parents can be aware of the fact that this can happen, that your kid can take your cell phone when, maybe you give it to them and they're going off in their room and they're uploading videos, and then you might have your child, like if one of my nieces ended up in one of these videos where maybe she had put herself in a position that she didn't realize and pedophiles were time stamping it, I'd be heartbroken. Mostly because, like, dude, a lot of these guys, and I understand that this is like very much beyond YouTube's capacity, beyond stopping the videos on the comments on the video and all that kind of stuff. But like when you see these pedophiles flaunting the fact that they're able to do this, like, so yes, they're... In that video, I suppose I said in that video I should have been calmer, but there's a visceral anger inside of me when it comes to this issue. So perhaps this is a good conversation. Like I want to, we agree to disagree on some stuff, but I appreciate your.
If I could just say real quick, I see the comment section hammering me over the comment when I said little girls need to be able to be little girls. Yeah. Well, they do, and I'll argue that till the end of time because I have a little girl. Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna ban like public swimming pools because little girls go swimming there? Yeah. Are you gonna ban playgrounds because they play on the swing set there, and there might be a pedophile at the playground watching them with evil intentions? Like, you have to allow kids to be little kids, but if there are cases where they're showing their chest by accident, or girls crossing her legs and something gets shown, or boy or whatever, that content needs to be taken down.
Yes,
immediately.
I agree.
The people in the comments making the comments need to be banned, IP banned, and done with whatever. And YouTube's actually doing that. Like, you did a great job getting attention to this problem, and YouTube's responding and doing something about it. What I fear, and it's a valid fear, is that, a Wall Street Journal article comes out tomorrow saying that there's this huge problem on YouTube, which has been here forever. You pointed out that there were articles about this in 2017. It's never going to go away. As hard as YouTube does to stop this, it's still going to be here.
Those videos those videos
there's
shouldn't
too many videos being uploaded, and there's too many sickos online.
But
this problem is not going to go away.
Fair.
No matter what. So my biggest fear is that somehow this triggers another adpocalypse, and now I got to watch, this guy that has, 100,000 subs on YouTube that's really grinding. He's about to make, this is about to be his full-time job. This is about to be his career. All his dreams are going to come true. And now every single video is being demonetized. His channel is being demonetized. And now he can't pursue his dream. Like, that's what I'm trying to.
I hear you. And all I'm going to say is that those videos should absolutely not be monetized. And so when people are informing advertisers of that, if advertisers, maybe, the approach that the advertisers take to dealing with this issue is a contention that, and maybe it's YouTube's approach to, the way that they're changing their, the way they demonetize videos is a point of contention from YouTubers and these potential YouTubers that you're speaking of. I don't know what to say. Live streaming's a thing. It sucks. People have to. I don't know what to say. My thing is that I respect your opinion. I'm listening to you. I think maybe if we could chat again and talk about this some more, I'd like to continue to talk about this. It's just we agree to disagree there, and I feel like unfortunately what I'm doing is a necessary evil because this isn't ElsaGate this time. This is something that, yes, it has been going on for a long time. It will continue to go on, yes, but even if it is only in principle, we need to see that YouTube is doing more to deal with this kind of stuff. I understand that obviously they're already taking action. I have acknowledged that multiple times in my streams over the past 24 hours, and I'm very happy and proud that YouTube is doing that. And I'm happy and proud with all the people on my stream that are reporting this. I would disagree with you interpret what you interpret my messages as wanting to brigade advertisers. I don't want people necessarily to brigade advertisers. I just want them to really get the message home to YouTube, and I feel like the only way to do that is monetarily. And I had a guy actually message me on Reddit who actually works for a big company. He didn't specify. I have yet to get a response from him, but he did say that he agreed with the approach that I'm taking. So you and I disagree, but I respect our conversation here. I appreciate what you're saying, and
I agree with I agree with your videos. I agree with the streams. I just don't agree with attacking the advertisers because it's going to have it's not going to affect these pedos. It's not gonna, if the advertisers say, okay, you know what, we're not gonna put ads on YouTube anymore. It's not going to affect the pedos. The pedos aren't losing their job. They're still going to be here. They're still going to be looking at fucking content, and they're still going to be getting their jollies off. What it's going to affect is people that have nothing to do with the situation.
Fair. And so I would just say that would be the equivalent of a company knowing that it is doing damage to the environment, and people within that company basically saying, well, we need to keep quiet about this because if I don't, then my coworker.
I'm not saying keep quiet. I'm not saying keep quiet. I saw your video when it had 30,000 views. It has 1 million now, and I sent it directly to YouTube. Now, I chose not to blow this story up. I chose not to cover it on Drama Alert and talk about it and make a big deal about this because I know what the consequences of that is. During the first adpocalypse, John Scares was another YouTuber, Scares, and he kept uploading videos saying, there's horrible content with ads on it. There's horrible content with ads on it. And, a couple weeks later, John Scares stopped having an income because the apocalypse came.
And that sucks. It
was his doing, It was his doing. He blew the story up to make it really big.
I know, and I realized that I might end up being a person that YouTubers hate. Again, if that's the case, then that is that is a title and a if that's how people will view me, then and maybe in time, so be it. I feel.
Well, I don't hate you at all, and I think you're doing a great job, and you're doing an honorable thing to get this content taken down. And
I understand. We just disagree with the approach. I get that, and again, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to have a chat with you, and I do want to. Obviously, I am not a YouTuber. I sort of wanted to maybe be a YouTuber at some point, but that's something that is not really.
You got 1 million views on a video. I think you are a YouTuber.
Maybe, but the matter of the fact is I appreciate us having this conversation, and I do want to
Likewise.
note, unfortunately, again, I've never streamed before. Unfortunately, my comment section has sort of devolved into just crazy shit. That I guess that's just part and parcel to this medium. But I thank you, for the conversation, man, and let's maybe we can chat again. I don't know what's going to happen. Apparently, Philip DeFranco might talk about this. And I just want to reiterate, perhaps, in my video, if I do come across as sort of angry or perhaps conveying a message of wanting to brigade YouTube or brigade advertisers, then that is, just merely a consequence of the fact that I was viscerally very upset. And that's not the approach that I want. I just feel like the only way to get YouTube to listen is unfortunately monetarily, and it is a necessary evil, and I don't want to hurt YouTubers. I love YouTubers. I love this platform, and I just want YouTube to get their heads out of their ass. I know they're trying. I'm not stupid in thinking that YouTube isn't trying. They want this too. When people come to YouTube, they enjoy the content that content creators create, and the advertising is there, and people get the money. YouTube wins. YouTubers win. I just think that it's just, you can't have adverts on these kind of videos. You just can't. Even if the comments are turned off, you can't have adverts on that. That's just wrong.
This is what I'm down to do, if you're open to it. Tomorrow, if you want to come on Drama and talk about kind of what you discovered and whatnot.
Sure.
And we could do an interview now that we have each other's Skype.
Yep.
I don't mind covering the story on Drama now,
Mm-hmm.
Because right off the bat, YouTube didn't have time to react immediately, right?
Yeah, they've responded.
Now that YouTube's reacted and taken a lot of this stuff down, I don't mind covering it on Drama and saying, hey, look, YouTube's doing something about this. Now, I will tell you this. If a week went by and YouTube didn't do anything,
Mm-hmm.
I would have been right with you and would have said,
yeah, I believe,
hey, let's expose YouTube.
I believe you,
YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. I'd absolutely love to come on there and have a chat. And again, we could just keep discussing, and we can try and, I can try and explore your perspective and try and understand where you're coming from more. So I want to thank you, man. I appreciate the opportunity for you coming on here and,
all right, I'll talk to you once you're done with your stream. I'll call you back on Skype. Thanks, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Okay, guys, so that was it. All right. There we go. I felt like I conveyed my perspective. I disagree with him. I understand it's a necessary evil that YouTubers are going to suffer because of this. That fucking sucks. It shouldn't be that way. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like if a company is doing bad shit and there are good people working for that company, and that company getting exposed means that good people are going to be out of employment. That sucks. Life shouldn't be that way. But if they're doing damage to the environment or doing something that hurts people that have no control over the situation, then something needs to be done. And unfortunately, I'm not going to get into politics because frankly, I'm not smart enough to really talk about this, but in a capitalist society, the only way to really hit big corporations is monetarily. So I'm not here to try and brigade advertisers. I just want this to be known, to be talked about, for YouTube to acknowledge that they're doing something about it, that they're improving their stipulations regarding enforcing their minimum age requirements, and that maybe they can be more transparent with the YouTubers who actually put out great content about what they can and cannot say, what they can and cannot do,